Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me this morning. We are going to be moving through a 90-minute flow, and we'll be building a flow as we move today. So there'll be quite a bit of repetition, and this is so that we can start to let go of all the thinking that happens when we come into a physical shape, and instead just feel the movement more in the body, feel the transitions, and start to develop a sense of fluidity of it happening naturally without us having to be too thoughtful. So we'll start off a bit slower, a little more alignment focused, and then we'll start to move into that fluidity. So today I have with me a strap and a lulu. You don't need a lulu. You do need a strap. I'm using my mom's dressing gown tie. Thanks, Mom. You could do something similar if you have a strap, great. Something that holds your yoga mat, or even something. It needs to have a little bit of length, so longer than a tea towel. Maybe a tie that someone wears to work. So finding something long and supportive. And then coming to take a seat on your mat. I'm going to start off this morning in Virasana. So my legs are tucked underneath me. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can pop a pillow underneath your sit bones, take your legs wider or a bolster if you have one, and sit up on that pillow. And if this still isn't working, if you've got a seat nearby, you can stay seated up in a chair. What we want is for the hips to be even. So when we're sitting cross-legged, our hips are just a little bit out of line because one leg is in front and one leg is behind. So we want to really work on even hips today. So finding your seat, whatever that looks like, ensuring a long spine. And taking a few deep breaths in and out through the nose just to check in with what's going on for you this morning. It is a cooler morning. It was a new moon last night. Maybe we're starting to recognize how these changes in our external environment can influence our practice. And it doesn't mean that they will influence all of us in the same way. We're all different. So take the time to feel out what it is to be in your body this morning. What happens as you sit here breathing. And in your own way, start to release from the external stimulus around you, turning your attention, your focus inward. Now, I completely understand that being in a home environment, this can be a little bit more difficult. We've got a lot around us that can easily distract. So take your time. Start to smooth the breath out as it travels in and out of your nose. And we're going to begin with a simple pranayama this morning called Samavriti, which simply means equal breath. So we'll breathe in and breathe out for the same count. Wherever you are in your breath, take a moment, exhale completely, empty out. Then a slow inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Notice if there's a part of the breath that you're using more fiercely. Exhale and try smooth it out. Inhale. And at the top of the breath, you want to be completely filled. Exhale. At the bottom of the breath, you want to be completely empty. Take a few more breaths here. In. And out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Maybe starting to notice what's going on through the rest of your body. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Letting go of the count. And just noticing how that focus on evening out the breath has made you feel here on your mat this morning. We're going to start our practice in our child's pose. So if you're sitting like me, you can keep the knees together. If you prefer to take the knees a little wider, do so. If you've propped yourself up on something, you can pull it out of the way. Bring your hands down to the mat in front of you. And start to walk the hands forward, lengthening out into your balasana. Forehead can come down to the mat or a block, or if you don't have anything around you to support it, making fists with your hands and bringing your hands underneath your forehead. Maintaining a flow of long, steady inhales, long, steady exhales. And starting to seek an intention for our practice this morning. So I'll let this be completely individual. Have a think about what has brought you to your mat today. What are you seeking from your practice? And no matter what style of practice it is, you can always reach towards something. So if you're wanting to release a little tension or anxiety and you come to a strength practice, you can still seek that release. It doesn't need to be a stretch. It doesn't need to be something physically gentle. So whatever it is you need today, know that you can mold this practice to what you're seeking. So reaching for your intention and allowing it to fill your body. Let's take one more deep breath in here. Full breath out. And on the next inhale, lifting the head away from whatever was supporting it, looking forward to your hands, planting the hands out in front of you and rolling yourself up to a tabletop. Knees come in underneath hips, wrists come in underneath shoulders. And we're working with a long spine. So just some gentle movement to warm our bodies before we start to move into anything more dynamic. As you inhale, stretch the belly, draw the chest forward, gaze forward. As you exhale, hollow out the belly. Chin to chest, gaze to your belly button. Couple more rounds of our cat-cow, inhaling. See if you can match the length of your movement to the length of your breath. Exhale. See if your movement can be as smooth as your breath. 2 more. Inhale. And allowing yourself to take your time with this. There's no rush. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming back to your neutral spine. We're going to walk our hands 1 hand distance forward. So placing the heels of your hands where your fingers were, spreading the fingers out wide. Now the shoulders are behind the wrists. We're going to inhale here, grip down into the fingertips. As you exhale, rock forward, draw belly button to lower back until your shoulders come over your wrists or slightly in front. Inhale, press back, lead through the sit bones. Exhale, rock forward. See if you can keep the same strength and length through your arms in both positions. Inhale back. Exhale forward. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Staying here, inhale, really firming belly button to lower back, pressing out of the shoulders. As you exhale, bend the elbows, and we're going to lower one line all the way down onto our bellies. Press firmly through the tops of the feet, through the pubic bone. Inhale, send the chest forward. Draw the elbows back and in toward the center line of the body for your cobra. Exhale, melt back down. And we're going to do this a few more times. So the cobra doesn't need to be a big lift. Work with how your body is feeling. Inhale, drawing belly button to lower back. Exhale, see if you can match the movement with the length of your breath. 2 more. Inhale. If it feels natural for the cobra to grow a little taller, allow that to happen. Exhale, keep the elbows squeezing in toward the sides of the body. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful, tucking toes under. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pressing hips back toward heels. Firm through the hands. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Taking a few moments here to settle into your down dog. And if you tend to always move as soon as you come into your down dog, if you pedal out your feet, instead today, take a moment of stillness first to check in with how the shape is feeling. And instead of moving out of habit, start moving out of what feels best for you today. Lulu, out of the way, honey. There we go. So now if you do need a little more length through the hamstrings and want to pedal the feet, go for it. If you want to sway the hips, go for it, or give the head a little nod. Keep pressing out of the hands, out of the shoulders, so the arms are long. We're going to start to ripple forward and backwards from plank to down dog now. So slowly as you inhale, draw yourself forward. Shoulders come in front of your wrists, and this is a great way to check in with the length of your down dog. You want it to be the same as the length of your plank. Exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. So sometimes we work our down dogs a little short. Inhale, draw forward. The body comes into one line. Firm belly button to lower back. Exhale, press back, down dog. One more time here. Inhale. Exhale, lift up and back. Okay, we're going to inhale, come back forward to our planks. Exhale, knees down, low plank. Inhale, draw forward, shoulders in front of wrists, belly button to lower back. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, press down and forward through the pubic bone. Inhale, lift to your cobra. You can continue that lifting and lowering that we did before, or we're going to press to our up dogs from here. So you want to really press through the tops of the feet. The hips are going to lift. Notice the shape you have with the spine. We're going to pick this whole shape up. So pressing down through the tops of the feet, pressing down through the palms, inhaling, press the arms to straight. Notice how high my hips are. And then draw pubic bone forward. The hips will lower slightly, but we keep a sense of lift, a sense of engagement. As if feet and hands are trying to pull toward each other on the mat. Chest shines proudly between the upper arms, gazes forward. We're not throwing the head back. And then squeezing feet and hands toward each other to press up and back, downward facing dog. Now, if you've chosen the cobra lift and lowering, make sure you lower back down first before lifting back toward your down dog. Notice if this shape is starting to feel any different for you. Let's go for a full inhale. And the complete exhale. Then looking toward your feet, we're going to walk our hands back toward the feet. Coming into a forward fold, softening out the knees as you do this. Allowing the belly to rest completely on the thighs. Interlace the fingers and place the palms to the base of your skull. Just finding a comfortable position for the palms to rest. The elbows to draw heavy. The jaw is relaxed, and this can give us a really nice bit of length through the neck. As you lift and spread the sit bones toward the ceiling, maybe starting to work a little bit of weight forward toward the toes so we're not resting back completely into our heels. Notice how you're breathing here. Keep the knees soft. On your next exhale, release the hands from the base of the skull. Fingertips touch lightly on the mat. We're going to lift belly up off thighs just so much that we can keep the fingertips down. So a mini half lift. The torso does not need to be parallel to your mat. Keep the hips even here, so maybe even more of a bend through the knees. We're going to work some movement into the torso. Keep your left fingertips down, but only lightly. As you inhale, reach the right hand up as far as you can toward the sky without lifting the right hip. Exhale, slowly circle your right hand down, fingertips lightly underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches as high as you can. Doesn't matter if it's not a full twist. Remember, we're just warming up. Exhale, come back down. We'll do 2 more either side. Inhale, reaching high toward your ceiling. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm lifts. Maybe finding a little more twist as we go. Exhale, down. Noticing how the body responds to movement. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, down. Inhale, look toward the top of your mat. Exhale, walk back out to your downward facing dog. Really nice. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank. You can bring your knees down, take any of the variations we've done before, or skip this completely. Or maybe the knees stay lifted. Exhale, chaturanga. Plug the elbows in. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Use the exhale to start to make your way back to your downward facing dog. We don't need to get there in one breath. Take your time. We've got a full breath in and a long breath out. And then inhale to lift the hips and the heels high. Exhale to bring the knees down tabletop. Press into the knees. Can you let her out? Inhale, lifting up onto the knees. And then exhale, stepping the right foot forward. So we're coming into a low lunge. The hips are even. She might want to go outside because she's stuck in here. The hips are even. I'm going to untuck my back toes. If you feel it's more stable to keep the back toes tucked, that's absolutely fine. So working with what feels best on your body. Really focusing on the evenness of the hips. I'm just going to explore a little. Inhale, draw crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Notice the pelvis tuck slightly the more you lift out of the lunge. And then as you exhale and sink forward, quite naturally the pelvis will tilt forward like you're pouring a cup from the front. We don't want this to happen too much. We don't want to just dump into this because that starts to crunch across the lower back. So watch the tilt of your pelvis. Inhale, come back up, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Exhale, a little sink into it. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And we're going to stay sunk forward because we're going to lean our whole torso forward. Press firmly through the left foot. Take your left hand down to the inside of your right foot. So fingertips lightly on the mat, or if you have a block and want to raise the mat a little, bring that block underneath your hand. Try not to take too much weight into it while keeping the hips even. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, circle the right hand down to the outside of the right foot, fingertips are light. Twice more, inhale, reach up, work on evening out those hips. Exhale, right hand down, fingertips are light, belly button to lower back. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Light through the fingertips. If you've untucked your back toes like me, let's tuck them now. Inhale. Or squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, lift into a forward fold. Hips are even, so let that left heel come high off the mat. Draw your left hip bone forward, your right sit bone back. Now again, you might want to bring some blocks under here. We're starting to work length into this right hamstring. If this is feeling a little strong this morning, we can bring the left leg back down, draw the right leg towards straight, flex the toes up. So back knee lifted or lowered, front toes lifted or lowered, choosing what works best for your body today. Inhale, find a little height through the chest. Exhale, a little softness. 2 more breaths. Inhale some height. Keep squeezing the inner thighs. Keep the hips even. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hips are even, so whether your back knee is up or down, keep it as it is. Left fingertips are light underneath the left shoulder. So we're really drawing up away from the mat as much as possible. We're going to inhale, lift the right arm up. Keep the hips even. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Twice more. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down. One more, deep breath in. Full breath out, beautiful. Light through the fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest. If your right toes are still pointing up, exhale, bring your right foot back down to the mat. If your left knee is lifted, let's bring the left knee back down to the mat. Inhale, reach both arms back up, find your lunge. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, pull the hips back, and we're just going to step that right foot back on the exhale, coming back to a kneeling position. Noticing where your hips are in space now. Okay. to the other side. Inhale. And it's the exhale that steps the left foot forward, finding your lines. You're on train tracks, not on a tightrope. And then we're just going to have a little play with this lunge, a little flirt with where we feel the most comfortable. So as you inhale, really draw the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Lengthen out the spine as completely as you can. Notice the pelvis naturally tuck under. And then exhale as you sink into the lunge. The pelvis will tilt forward slightly. Don't let it exaggerate. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And we're going to stay sunk forward into this. So the pelvis is got a slight tilt forward because we're going to lean forward to match it. Draw belly button to lower back, so trying to continuously lift the belly button off the left thigh as much as possible. Right fingertips come down lightly underneath the right shoulder. Whether you want to bring a block in or not is completely up to you, or something that can raise that right hand. Drawing the hips back to even if you feel like your left hip has started to pull forward of your right. Okay, coming into that twist now. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Reaching the left fingertips as high up toward the ceiling as you can. Keep the hips even. Exhale slowly. Place the left fingertips lightly down toward the mat or the block. Twice more. Inhale. Keep chest and belly lifted as you move. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Both fingertips down. Inhale here. Tuck the back toes if they were untucked. And we're going to exhale, pull the hips back, and we have the option to lift that back knee. So as before, if that feels a little strong, back knee stays down, left leg draws towards straight. Otherwise, back knee lifts as the hips lift to draw the left leg towards straight. You can stay with the left foot grounded on the mat or toes towards ceiling. If your back knee is down, take the toes towards ceiling option, so we work a little more length into the left hamstring. Fingertips light as possible down on the mat. Even at the hips by pressing the right hip bone forward, the left sit bone back. You might want to come a little higher onto that right heel. Feeling a lift through the center of the body. Breathing into the back of that left leg. Inhale, lift the chest just a little. Exhale to find some softness. 2 more breaths like this. Inhale. Exhale to find some softness. 1 more deep breath in. Full breath out. Then inhale to lift the chest. We're working toward that twist. So really squeezing the inner thighs. Right fingertips are light on the mat. We don't want too much weight in the hand. As you inhale, draw your left arm up toward the ceiling. Plug your left hip back in space. Exhale, light fingertips slowly, carefully place back down. 2 more times. Squeezing the inner thighs. Inhale, reaching up toward the ceiling. Exhale, coming back down. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Nice. If those left toes are lifted, coming back forward, planting the foot, and then bringing the right knee back down to the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up, re-find your lunge. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, draw the hips back, press into your right knee. Exhale, step your left knee back, coming into your tabletop. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, both hands come down. Now we're in our tabletop. Tuck the back toes, inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So one more little sequence and then we'll start working to build our flow. As you inhale, send the right leg up toward the ceiling. Hips stay even, heel is above the toes, foot is flexed. Exhale, draw your right knee toward your nose, step your right foot in between your hands. Lighten the fingertips, bend the right knee, the right leg comes toward a 90-degree angle. Draw belly off right thigh, press your left hip bone forward. Inhale, reaching up, crescent lunge. Keep the hips even, exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, shoulders stay over your hips. Inhale, come back to center. Face forward, look forward. If the back knee needs to come down onto the mat for extra support, let that happen. Exhale, refine the twist, same side. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Stay in the twist. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, lean forward, hook your left elbow toward the outside of the right knee. Press away from it to draw that right shoulder back. Keep belly off left thigh. Squeeze the inner thighs together for 3 and breathe. 2, 1. Stay in the twist, look down. Carefully bring your left knee down to the mat if it's not already there. I know. Untuck the left toes. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift back up to your lunge. And then exhale, circle the fingertips back down toward the mat, lightly framing your right foot. We're pressing into the top of the left foot now. Actively pressing down and forward through the top of the foot, so much so that the left knee is going to lift off the mat. So we're going to inhale, squeeze, lift, belly button away from the right thigh. Exhale, lower. Just 2 more times, as light through your fingertips as you can. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful, tuck your back toes under. Plant your hands firmly down. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, step back, down dog. We'll take 1 breath before moving to the other side. Inhale deeply. You might want to open your mouth and exhale, sigh the breath out. Bringing the breath back in through the nostrils. Inhale, left leg lifts. Heel up, toes down. Exhale, squeeze left knee to nose and place the left foot down in between the hands. Bend the left knee toward a 90-degree angle. So we've got a nice deep lunge. Light through the fingertips. Inhale, flow up to your crescent lunge. Find your shoulders over your hips. And then exhale, reach right hand forward, left hand back, touch the front wall, touch the back wall. Keep the hips even. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Stay in your twist. Inhale, hands to heart. Excuse my back. Exhale, lean forward. Hook left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Press away from that knee. Inhale, draw the left shoulder back. Belly button away from left thigh for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, look down and carefully bring the right knee down toward the mat. Untuck the back toes. Press that right hip forward. Inhale, flow up toward your low lunge. Exhale, circle the fingers forward and down. Fingers light on the mat. So pressing down through the top of the right foot so strongly that the right knee is going to lift. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. And then tucking the back toes. Inhale, lift the back knee, lift the hips, plant the palms. Exhale, step it back. Downward facing dog. You have the option to stay in your down dog. You have the option to move through a vinyasa of choice. Settling back into our down dogs together. Let's look toward the front of the mat and we'll walk the feet forward. Step by step, coming up toward the top. Bringing the big toes to touch the heels slightly apart, or you may want to prefer to work with your feet hip distance. Soften the knees enough to press the belly onto the thighs. Hands underneath shoulders, keep the fingertips down on the mat. Inhale, just a little half lift. Exhale, soften toward the legs. Pressing down through the feet. Inhale, lifting up to standing, circling the arms around and up. Keep the hips facing the front of your mat as you exhale, reach left hand forward, right hand back. Expand your wingspan. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, both arms wide, soften the knees, swan dive down over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant the hands down, step right foot, then left foot back to your plank through a vinyasa or straight to your down dog. Inhale, right leg is going to lift. Keep the hips even. Exhale, right knee draws forward. Step your right foot down in between your hands, even if it takes a step and a little shuffle to get there. Inhale, lift through the chest. Draw the belly away from the right thigh. Exhale, bring your hands off the mat and out by your side. To our arrowhead. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, flow your arms back, matching movement with breath. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. My goodness. Inhale, coming all the way up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. We've done this before. We're going to inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, hook elbow to the outside of the right knee. Look down to your right foot, not thinking too much about it. We're going to step the left foot forward and find our twisted Utkatasana. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit more. Make sure your left knee isn't creeping forward of your right knee. Press out of your left elbow. Draw your right shoulder back. Maybe the gaze is up for 3, 2, 1. Untwist. Lift yourself all the way back up to standing. Reach the hands high. Big breath in. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Hips are even. Inhale, hands come up to center. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, hips are even. We've got that on the other side. Inhale, hands back to center. Swan dive down over the legs. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step or jump to your plank through a vinyasa or to your down dog. Vinyasas are always optional. Give yourself permission to skip them if needed. The inhale lifts the left leg up. Exhale, draw left knee forward. Step the left foot down in between your hands. Bend the left knee out. Inhale, rise high onto the tippy fingers. Squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, reach the hands back beside you. The legs, the lower body stays as it is. Just the arms move. Inhale, reach those arms forward. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Long lines to the body. Twice more. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, sweeping back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming all the way up. Inhale, lifting high, 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 high. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Find that twist. Hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward, hook left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Look down, press into your left foot. Step the right foot forward. Squeeze the inner thighs, sink the hips down, draw the weight back into the hips and the heels, and then re-find your twist without letting that right knee creep forward. For 3, 2, 1. Press through the feet. Inhale, untwist, lift to standing, reach the arms up. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Let's build this flow. Inhale, hands up to center. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale, hands flow up toward the ceiling. Exhale, big swan dive down over the legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, make your way back through your vinyasa, or you can press straight back, downward facing dog. The next inhale is going to lift the right leg up. Exhale, right knee to nose, press away from the mat, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Bend the right knee out, lift to the fingertips, inhale. Exhale, belly firms as the hands draw back by the body. Just one arrowhead. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, reaching back. And then all the way up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Left hand forward, right hand back. Exhale. Hands to heart. Inhale. Lean forward. Exhale. Draw the right shoulder back. Inhale. Look down. Exhale. Be empty of breath when you step the left foot forward. Squeeze the inner thighs, then inhale, draw the right shoulder back more. Exhale, sink the hips down more. Keep your hips low. Inhale, lift up, full Utkatasana. Tilt the tailbone down. Exhale, sit a little lower into the chair. Okay, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward. Knees stay bent. Exhale, sweep the arms back as if you're skiing, maybe. Inhale, come back up. I've never skied. Exhale. Maybe you can tell. Maybe that's obvious. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, the next inhale is going to sweep us all the way up to standing. The right knee is going to lift up into the chest. Up, up, up to be even with the hips. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Left hand comes to the outside of the left knee, or if you're feeling a little extra this morning, to the outside of, left hand to the outside of the right knee. My bad. Right hand back behind you. So we're working into the twist on the same side. Whatever option you're taking. For 3, 2, 1. Untwist. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, take a big step back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, circle the hands down. Frame the front foot. Inhale, left leg is going to sweep high. And we're going to go straight to the other side. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step the left foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, sweep up, crescent lunge. No, sorry. Inhale, sweep up fingertips. Exhale, sweep your hands back by your body, my bad. 1 arrowhead, inhale. Exhale. All the way up, crescent lunge now. Inhale. Right hand forward, left hand back. Exhale. Hands to heart, inhale. Lean forward, hook elbow to knee, exhale. Draw left elbow back, inhale. Find that twist, use your exhale. Look down toward your left foot. Be empty of breath. When you step that right foot forward, squeeze the inner thighs, lower the hips. Inhale, left shoulder back a little bit more. Exhale, hips even lower. Stay in your chair with your legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. 3 skis. Exhale. Belly to thighs. Keep those knees bent. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift up. Pull belly off thighs. Tailbone tilts down. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Left knee comes up into the chest. Take a moment. Exhale, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left arm reaches back. Staying here, or maybe having a play with reaching for your foot. Wherever you are, hips are even, body is twisted for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, left foot down. Both hands down. Let's take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. 1 more deep breath in. And full breath out. Okay, we're going to build on the flow even further. I'm going to confuse us a little bit by switching the sides. So we're going to do left side first, right side second on this side, just to get the brain working. All right. So let's inhale, big smile. Exhale. We start off with our little twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, arms up, swan dive down, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step or jump to your plank and through your vinyasa or to your down dog. Whatever feels best for you today. Meeting back in our downward facing dogs. Remember, we're switching the sides up. So it's the left leg that is going to lift. Inhale. Left knee to nose, step that left foot forward. Exhale. I'm not going to forget this time. Light on the fingertips. Inhale. Arms back by the body. Exhale. Arrowhead, inhale, and just for a little difference, we're going to hold, exhale. And then come up, crescent lunge, inhale, hips are square. Right hand forward, left hand back, exhale. Hands to heart, inhale. Lean forward and hook, exhale, look down, we're going to step straight forward, empty of breath. And then inhale, draw the left shoulder back. Exhale, sit down a little lower. Untwist, inhale, Utkatasana, just 1 ski. Exhale. Then all the way up to standing, inhale, the left knee comes up into the chest. Exhale, find a twist. Just for a moment, inhale, we're going to come back out of the twist. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, pick your left knee up as high as you can, and then we're going to exhale, send that left foot back to a variation of our warrior 3. So if the fingertips need to come down or to blocks, let that happen. We're making sure the hips are even. The left heel is pointing up, the left toes are pointing down, and then the rest of the body is lifting up, 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 away from the mat. Running long lines. 4, 3, 2, 1. We can stay here if this is more than enough today, or we're going to bring the left fingertips down onto the mat and start to reach the right arm up toward the ceiling, coming into our twisted half moon, Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Left heel up, left toes down, right shoulder up. 4, 3. Oh my goodness. 4, 2. 4, 1. Coming out of this by circling the right hand down on the exhale. Stay light in the fingertips. Inhale, bring your hands back up to your heart. And we're going to pick ourselves all the way up. Left knee up into the chest. Exhale, big step back. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, circle the hands forward and down. Plant the palms. Inhale, right leg lifts. We're going straight to the second side. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise just to the tippy fingers. Hips even. Exhale, sweep the hands back by the body. Find the long lines of your body. Inhale, arrowhead. Exhale, hold. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, lean forward and hook. Stay empty of breath, step the left foot forward. Inhale, draw the right shoulder back. Exhale, keep the knees even, set the hips a little lower. We're gonna untwist. Inhale, chair pose. One ski, exhale. Inhale, lift all the way up. Right knee comes up into the chest as you lift. One twist, exhale. Inhale, come back up to center. Hands to heart, use the exhale. Drive the right heel back, and we're finding our warrior 3. If you're a little wobbly, that's okay. Maybe the fingertips come down if you've got a chair or if you've got blocks. You want to bring some height in, please do so. Hips are even. Heel is driving back. Imagine there's a wall behind you. Toes face down. Chest is lifted. Maybe the fingertips come back off the mat and we're drawing up, 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 up. Or if you're coming into the twist with me, we're going to go right fingertips down. Hips stay as even as possible. Left arm starts to reach up in space. 4, 3. Maybe even the gaze lifts if you're feeling a little extra. 4, 2. 4, 1. If that left arm is lifted, bring it down. And then we're going to pick everything up. Right knee back into the chest. Oh my goodness. All the way up. Inhale. Exhale, step back, crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, circle the hands down. And then rather than sweeping the left leg back, we're going to step the right foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Heel toe your feet out to hip distance apart. Soften through the knees. Exhale, take a forward fold. Taking the arm variation of your choice here. So you might want to re-interlace the fingers behind your head if that felt really nice before. You might just want to let the arms hang heavy or take opposite elbows or wrap arms around the backs of the legs, whatever feels the most restorative for you. Taking some long breaths in and out of the nose. And this was just a little show of how we can build a flow through very similar movements, but build the pace, build the heat through those movements until we work our way toward something a little bit stronger. We're not quite done yet though. We're going to release from that flow and work into a little bit more stability through our warrior 3. But we're not going to do that yet because we've done a lot of standing. We're just going to bend the knees and ground our bums down onto the mat. Hopefully more gracefully than I just did. And find your strap or your makeshift strap. Okay, we're going to send the legs out long in front of us. Squeeze the inner thighs, point the toes, just have the strap near you. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach the hands forward. C-curl the spine. Vertebra by vertebra, come down onto your back. Back of the head rests heavy. Grab a hold of the strap. We'll go right foot in the strap. And we're going to flex the right foot up toward the ceiling. Oh, and it feels so nice to be lying down. Back of the head heavy. Back of the hips heavy. If the right leg doesn't work completely straight, that's fine. Keep a little bend through the knee. Aiming to draw heel directly over hip. So we're not working deep into our flexibility and drawing foot to face. Finding the lines of heel over hip because, hey, if you were to flip this shape over, you're in your warrior 3. So noticing how this feels. Making your left leg more active by flexing the left foot as well, pointing toes to ceiling, heel to the mat. So you might find your left toes are pulling to the left a little. Really counter that by drawing the inner thighs toward each other. So finding length and strength in this shape. Couple more big breaths here. Okay, we're gonna come up into a one-legged Navasana. So the left leg is gonna stay as it is as much as possible. Nice firm grip on the strap, belly button to lower back, inhale. And it's the exhale that rocks us up, right leg is lifted, chest is lifted, shoulders roll back. 4-3, right foot is still flexed, left foot is still flexed. Find the sit bones, both on the mat means your hips are even. 4-2. 4-1. Okay, little bit of a challenge. We're gonna bend the left knee, plant the sole of the left foot. This is gonna become our standing leg, right? Right, I don't know. Yeah, it is, and it's okay. It's okay to be like, what is she talking about? We're just having a play with this. We're having an exploration of the body. So planting your left foot down, we're aiming to take the weight out of the hips into the left foot. Now, if you're super strong through the crawl, you might be able to do this by simply rocking forward and long through the Achilles. For me, I don't quite have that strength and that length just yet, so I'm gonna take my right hand to both sides of the strap, my left hand down by my body and try and help myself into a lift. And that's still not really working, so I might change hands and lift that right hip up off the mat. Okay, so now you might have found a little bit of lift and maybe both hands can come back to the straps. Maybe like me, that's not quite accessible today, and that's okay. What we want to do now is take the weight out of the hips so that we can lift the hips high. So we need to do this by rocking forward slightly. Trying to keep that right leg lifted off the mat. We're gonna lift the hips up, send the right leg back behind us, have a little play with the straps so that the straps come back into both hands. And this bit's really fun, I promise. Kick your right foot back now. Send your chest forward. Keep a hold of the strap. Hips even, right toes down. 4-3. Heel is up and the strap makes this a lot more stable. So really pull on the strap. Find a little bit of lift. 4-2. For 1, release the strap. Bring your right fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, send your right leg as high as you can. Keep the hips as even as you can. Exhale, bend the right knee. We're bringing the right knee down to the outside of the left ankle, and then we're sitting down. Okay, let's take a little twist. Then we'll come back down onto our backs and do that all again on the second side. So left foot to the outside of the right knee. Both sit bones are grounded. We'll start with the closed twist. Left hand comes behind you. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And right arm up. We've done a lot of twists today. Hooked elbow to knee. Draw the left shoulder back. So this should feel pretty good. Maybe you're done and you're like, no, no more twists. For 3, whatever you're feeling is exactly right. For 2, it's how we respond to those feelings that can change how we experience our practice. For 1, untwist and take a little counter, leaning out to the right. For 3, looking over your right shoulder. For 2, 1, coming back up, looking forward, just both hands down by your side. Uncross your legs, take your legs long in front of you. Refind your strap. Squeeze the inner thighs, point the toes. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, reach the hands forward. C-curl the spine, coming back down. Vertebra by vertebra, slowly as you can. Feel the back of the head rest heavy. We're going to go left foot in the strap now. So finding your strap, finding your warrior 3 on your back. Both hips are grounded down. Left leg is reaching up. Remember, the knee can stay a little bent. Allow the heel to draw up over the hip as much as possible. Notice if your left hip wants to lift up away from the mat. And try and even out. We've got the support of the ground here to really find our long lines. Point your right toes up toward the ceiling. If they're rolling out to the right a little bit, really engage the inner thighs. So active through the legs. Let's inhale. Exhale, draw belly button to lower back. We're going to lift up into our one leg Navasana now. Inhale. Smoothly exhale, send the left foot forward, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Okay, let's play. Both sit bones are grounded. The right knee bends. We plant down through the right foot. So maybe you can draw that left heel forward so much that both hips reach up off the mat and you press into your right foot and suddenly that's taking all your weight. Maybe that works. Maybe not just yet. Maybe not quite today. One hand on the strap, one hand on the floor, and see if we can lift right foot off, up onto the mat. And then you might want to change hands. Right. So now we're working on that seesaw of hips up, shoulders forward. So transitioning the weight again, it does not need to look pretty. All right, so picking the hips up as much as you can, sweeping the left leg down and then back, and then switching your grip on the strap. So you're holding the straps in both hands. Start to draw that left heel back. Plug the hips to even, send the chest forward, and use the strap, the pull and the push against the strap to lift the body up into one long line. Shoulders roll back and down toward the kidneys as you drive your left heel back. Lengthen the crown of the head forward. Make sure you're not jutting your chin out. Gaze is just down below your eyes for 3. Wobbling is good for 2. For 1, let's let go of that strap. Fingertips come down. Inhale, draw your left leg high. Exhale, left knee down to the outside of the right heel so we can sit ourselves straight back into a twist. Both sit bones are grounding. Left foot to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind, inhale, left arm high. Exhale, hook left elbow to the outside of the left knee, draw your right shoulder back. So it's the right leg on top, the left leg underneath, and then twisting to the right for 3, 2, 1. Counter twist, keep the legs, just take the torso out to the left, look over your left shoulder for 3, 2, 1. Untwist, look forward, both hands to the mat, lean back, and then lengthen both legs forward. The legs do not need to be completely straight. We've got a strap, so we're going to use one. In our Paschimottanasana, first variation, second variation, we'll move without a strap. So, hooking the strap around both feet. Make sure the strap is high, so like around the balls of the feet, just underneath the toes, so you can use the strap to flex the feet out. If it's sitting in the arch, we'll get less of a flex. Roll the inner thighs in toward each other. Sit bones are on the mat. If knees need to bend in order to find them, let that happen. Inhale, send the chest forward, and it's like you're riding a horse. This might be enough flexion, enough fold. We're already at a 90-degree angle. If you can shorten that angle, do so without losing the long lines of the legs, without losing the long line of the body. So right from your tailbone up to the crown of the head, keep length. Every inhale finds it. And then maybe the exhale closes the angle a little bit. And if the strap isn't something that you need to hold on, and you can use the grip on your legs or your feet instead, go for that. Inhale, whatever feels the most comfortable. Exhale, sometimes I find using the strap makes my shoulders really tense. Inhale, so notice if those sort of things are happening. Exhale and adjust accordingly. We'll go for 2 more breaths. Inhale, keep rolling the inner thighs. Keep the feet flexed. Exhale. 1 more breath here. And then starting to come back up. All right, variation number 2, a lot more gentle. Take the feet out to hip distance apart. You can let the toes relax, so we don't need to keep such a flex. We're going to allow the spine to curl a little bit here. So it doesn't want to be too drastic a curl, but it's just so we can really soften through the whole body. Bring some softness into the knees. If you have a bolster, you might even want to place the bolster underneath the knees. And start to melt torso toward legs. Allow the chin to draw in toward the chest. So the back of the neck is really lengthened. Whole body relaxing downward, seeking a grounding energy. You've got 5 breaths here in your own time. And once you finish your 5th breath, slowly coming back up. And drawing the soles of the feet together and moving the knees wide. So again, we're going to take 2 variations here, one a little more active, one a lot more passive. For our Baddha Konasana variation 1, we're drawing heels in toward the groin as much as we'll allow. Now this might feel a little bit stronger than it usually does because we've done so much evening out of the hips, drawing the inner thighs in toward each other. Now stretching them out like this isn't a movement that we've actually done at all through our practice today. So a really nice counter for what we've been doing. But if this feels quite tight, don't worry. That's why don't push it. Just allow the opening of the inner thighs to be gentle. So we're going to start with our strap. You may or may not need this. All right, if we're feeling like this is quite strong, we're starting to curl back, strap around the feet, chest up, and this is where we want to be. This strap is another variation of keeping the hands behind you and lifting. We're just not taking weight into the hands. Instead, we're pulling against the feet, sending the chest forward. If you can comfortably reach your toes or wrap the fingers around the outsides of the feet, we might not need the strap. But you want to keep that lengthening out of the spine, chest forward between the upper arms. Inhale, this angle is great. Maybe staying here if this is feeling strong, or if you feel you can, close the angle off a little. Exhale, lengthening forward. Inhale, keep the length. Exhale, finding a little more softness. Maybe the elbows start to press out against the legs to keep them open. Shoulders draw back and down, noticing if there's any places where you're holding tension and finding a little release for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming on up. So we're going to take the softer variation. We're going to do a little bit of side-to-side work first because we want to end up at center. So we're going to sit tall. Again, you can keep a hold of the strap if that helps you sit tall, or you can just take a hold of your legs. You want the shoulders to be melting down. Inhale, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Exhale, right ear toward right shoulder. Inhale, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Inhale, crown of the head toward the ceiling. Exhale, chin toward the ceiling. Inhale, crown of the head toward the ceiling. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, crown of the head toward the ceiling. If your heels are still really close in toward your groin, make more of a diamond shape with the legs. We can get rid of that strap. Left hand is going to scoop underneath the right knee. Take a hold. Right hand is out by your right side, supporting. Inhale, send the chest toward the right knee. And then roll up, chin to chest. Exhale, aiming the top of your head to your right knee. Really getting in underneath the left shoulder blade, down the left side of the back. For 3. 2. 1. Then releasing some of the grip on that left hand, coming on up, inhale. Releasing the left hand completely, use the exhale, turn back to center. Taking it to the other side, turn to your left, right hand scoops underneath the left knee. Left hand comes out by your left side for support, inhale, lengthen. Roll up, exhale, chin to chest, top of the head toward your left knee. And breathing into wherever you're feeling this the most. For 3. 2. 1. Release some of that grip through the right hands. Come back up. Coming back to center. And then our restorative Baddha Konasana. So diamond shape with the legs. We allow the spine to curl. You can simply take hands onto feet. Allow the chin to tuck to the chest. Or for a slightly deeper variation, arms come underneath. And we place hands on top of feet like a double prayer. Allow the head to be heavy. And I always think of a turtle drawing back into its shell with this shape. Drawing back into its home. Allowing the breath to become more subtle as we cool the practice down. And then releasing arms from legs. And coming on up. We're going to draw the knees in toward the chest. And send the legs long. We're coming back down onto our backs. So I'm just going to turn myself around. Point through the toes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach the hands forward. C-curl the spine and lengthen all the way down onto the mat. Inhale, draw both knees up into the chest. Give the knees a hug and just give yourself a nice roll out left to right, massaging the lower back. And we're going to take a stretch out for the glutes before a simple twist and our Shavasana. So we'll take the left foot down to the mat. The right ankle crosses over the left knee. The right foot flexes. The right knee presses away. Might be more than enough. Please stay here. Otherwise, we're going to build this shape, okay? So either resting here or drawing the left knee in towards you by taking a hold of the back of the left knee or even the top of the left knee. Keep that right foot flexed, the right knee pressing away, starting to notice the sensation in the right glute. Making sure the shoulders and the back of the head are still relaxed down on the mat. If they're starting to pull up away, loosen out the grip a little bit. All right, staying here. Or left hand to right foot, right hand to right knee. So we keep the right leg exactly where it is and release your left leg back down toward the mat long. And suddenly we're bringing in a little stretch for the left hip flexor. So this is exactly like our half pigeon, but flipped around onto our backs. So we're not jarring through our lower back at all. Keep that right foot flexed as you draw it up toward the left shoulder. Shoulders back, back of the head is heavy. Okay, if you still have your hands interlaced around your left leg, we're going to release that interlace, bring the left foot back down to the mat. And then we're all going to release the right leg to draw the right knee up toward the right armpit, sole of the right foot up toward the ceiling, right hand to the outside of the right foot so we find our half happy baby. Left knee can stay bent or left leg can stay long. Both shoulders roll back, back of the head is heavy, sole of the right foot presses up toward the ceiling. And then drawing the right knee into the chest, taking the right knee into the left hand, taking the right arm long by your right side, drawing the right knee out to the left, coming into that full twist. Maybe turning the face toward the right. And just a couple of breaths here. And then face back toward the ceiling, right knee back toward your chest. Sole of the right foot grounds into the mat. Bend your left knee, cross your left ankle over your right knee. Flex the left foot, press the left knee away. Maybe staying or reaching through to grab the back of the right knee or the top of the right knee. Shoulders are relaxed, back of the head is heavy. Left foot is still flexed, left knee is pressing away. Nice, big stretch out for that left glute. Deep down into the piriformis. When this muscle is tight, we can experience the pain up in the lower back rather than in the glutes. So this is a really beautiful stretch. If you have any sort of lower back pain, taking the variation that works best for you, you don't want to push it. So maybe staying here, or right hand to left foot, left hand to left knee. Remove the right leg from the equation, either by just taking the foot back to the mat or sending it long for a little extra stretch. Keep that left foot flexed. Shoulders relaxed, back of the head heavy, jaw relaxed. And then starting to shift toward our half happy baby. So if you're still interlaced around the right leg, releasing the grip of the hands, bringing the right foot back to the mat, and then start to draw your left knee up to your left armpit, left hand to the outside of the left foot. Sole of the left foot presses up toward the ceiling. Right knee can be bent or right leg extended out on the mat. Draw your left knee, your left shoulder down behind your left armpit. Back of the head heavy, jaw is relaxed. And finishing off with the twist, releasing your left foot, drawing your left knee back into your chest, taking it to your right hand. Left arm reaches to the left as the left knee reaches to the right. Maybe the gaze turns to the left as well, or the face with the eyes closed. And a few big breaths here. And facing back up to the ceiling. Left knee back up into your chest. Right knee comes up to join it. Give yourself a big squeeze. If there's any final movements you feel you need to take before stillness, this is a great time to take those. You might want to place something warm on your body, a blanket or a jumper. And then when you're ready, Start to extend the legs long. Feet about hip distance apart. Toes roll out a little to either side. Arms are down by the body, a little bit away from it, so the palms can turn to face up. The shoulders rest back and down toward the mat. The back of the head is heavy, the jaw is relaxed. The whole body is here on your mat. Notice how it feels. Any sensations that arise. Any emotions around these sensations that arise. How we are responding to our practice today. Releasing from any urge to judge. Instead, impartially observing what is taking place on your mat. And I'm going to leave you here this morning. Please take as much time as you can. Thank you for joining me in movement, in breath, in practice. Namaste.